to do it. All right. So if you can hear me, we are streaming right now. Let me take this off the screen. Boom, boom, boom. What we're gonna start with tonight is rap's most impressive career evolutions of the decade. Yeah. So basically what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna give a little recap of all of the stuff that happened over the last decade, whether it's, music, sports, what else we talking about? Politics, memes, all that. We talking about everything that happened 2019, 2010 decade, me and Dom. So yeah, check us out and let us know, if you have anything you want us to talk about or touch on over these next 30 minutes to an hour. We might be streaming till midnight, we might not. If we are, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020. And
really going to start from the beginning too.
Well, as far as 2010.
Oh yeah. Like that's the only way to go, bro. If we're gonna do it, let's do it. Let's not be all over the place. And don't worry, man. Have faith that you just do your thing on the sticks, no homo, and I got you from there.
Well, first of all, we're not on the PlayStation tonight. We just streaming.
Oh shit. Okay, let's get
So look, pull up the video because I got my computer screen up. So I need you to pull up the video.
I see, bro. It's you looking at the cam. Straight up. Hold up. Yeah. Hold up. Bro.
So let me know when you see rap's most impressive career evolutions of the decade, and we can get started.
Hold on, bro.
I wonder if I can clear this chat right here, because this is all from yesterday.
Alright, bro. Check this out. You ready?
Yeah.
Fuck it. You ready?
Yeah.
Alright, check this out. Okay, so real shit. Okay, so let me ring off some notable albums that came out in 2010. And we'll just go from there type shit. Alright? Okay, so you got Lil Wayne Rebirth.
Oh, wait. You saying notable as in like quality wise, or just like the amount?
I'm just saying, just as far as period, just niggas. Let me say the albums first, bro. Like,
okay.
Don't start that shit, man.
All right, okay, you got it.
We got a short amount of time, man. The private jet will be here in like 40 minutes, my nigga. So let's get through this.
Word.
All right. So so you got Lil Wayne Rebirth. You got what else came out? You got Mellow Hype, Yellow White. Now, don't front on Mellow Hype just cause you ain't heard shit from Haji and Left Brain in a minute. They had a moment. Yeah, I mean,
Are they still a thing though?
No, I don't think so. And then Ludacris had Battle of the Sexes. Yeah, I mean, Gucci Mane put out Burprint 2, and if I remember correctly, yeah, he was in jail when he put that out. That was hard. What else dropped, bro? Okay, E40 dropped some shit. Okay, Wu Massacre. Okay, Cushion Orange Juice, 2010. Cushion Orange Juice. I think that's a notable. Let's stop right there. Bro, I remember the day Cushion Orange Juice came out, bro. We were in school in New Tech. We was in high school. Grade. I want to say we was in 11th grade. And, bro, I remember that shit came out while we was in school, bro. And I remember, like, downloading that shit.
Like, while we was actually in class, it came out.
Nigga, what?
That was when Dat Piff ruled, bro. It's crazy how, in this decade, Dat Piff and a lot of mixtapes went from, like, the top way we got our music to, like, now... Niggas don't even get free music no more. Niggas actually are willing to pay for music.
But listen, keep it real. Niggas like myself that like listen to that mixtape shit, you still fuck with Spinrilla and like Dat Piff because the mixtapes don't be on Apple Music. The mixtapes don't be on Tidal.
But who is dropping? That's the thing. Who is really dropping mixtapes consistently in 2019, going into 2020?
But listen, like I just told you, bro, that's no longer what that Piff and the live mixtapes and the spin rollers are for now, bro. Those are now, if you will, legacy sites. Those are now for the mixtapes of yesteryear, because now our mixtapes, like you said, are original music. But yeah, but shout out Cushion Orange Juice. That was crazy. Let's keep on going.
And I got this list.
Okay. Hold on, wait. B.O.B. The Adventures of Bobby Ray.
Nah, that was a game changer.
That was a moment, my nigga.
Because I mean, he had all of these hits. Like he had hits back to back to back. He was making hits with Bruno Mars and Haley Williams, and like he was on some Outkast shit. But like, you know, 2009.
You wanna know some real shit, yeah?
Yo.
Like every big B.O.B. song. Well, not every big one, but like two of the biggest B.O.B. songs in the world. Nothing on You and Airplanes, bro. Both of those songs was Lupe Fiasco songs first, my nigga. Ain't that crazy? Think about.
So you think Lupe's career would have had a whole different trajectory if he would have had those songs?
Nigga, what the fuck you think, bro? Nothing on You at, bro. Like literally, like bro, like I'm not just saying this. Like these are just confirmed things, bro.
I know, but what I'm saying is, do you
right now and listen to these songs?
But do you think those songs? All right, I'm just assuming that Nothing on You charted #1 because it probably did. But I'm saying, let's say Lupe made the exact same song, the exact same year, exact same lyrics, and the exact same feature.
Even if it didn't do #1, I think Airplanes would have went #1 regardless, because that hook was just undeniable. Like that shit is just was one of them songs.
How did those songs end up in B.O.B.'s hands though? I remember that story, but like I don't remember like exactly how it happened though. Like how did?
I'm not gonna say I remember how they ended up in B.O.B. hands, but just that nigga B.O.B. is just some niggas are lucky like that. Eminem dropped Recovery. I fuck with Recovery. Recovery was hard.
Relapse dropped last decade, right?
Listen, I was about to say that because even though Relapse was one of those albums, I ain't gonna start every time I bump Relapse, I think about you, because that was me and your shit. We was on Relapse hard.
Yeah.
Like 10th grade.
Medicine Ball, first song that come to my head.
Nigga, Medicine Ball, the whole shit was just crazy. But yeah. that whole Relapse was crack. But yeah, that Medicine Ball was crazy.
Word. I'm looking at this list of like artists
Pilot Talk, 2010.
Pilot
wow.
Talk. First one?
And Teflon Don. Yeah, the first one.
But remember
Pilot Talk, Teflon Don.
Rick Ross had a crazy ass run going into the decade, bro. He dropped like three classic albums like back to back to back, like.
Bro, and niggas, what about the mixtapes? What about Rich Forever? What about, you know what I mean?
This say Prime Rick Ross right here. Look, 2010, I don't know if you look at the screen. 2010 to 2013, Prime Rick Ross. This nigga dropped Self-Made Volume 1. Huh?
Oh, you talking about you want me to look on it? Why the fuck would I look on it that?
No, because I mean I got shit on the screen is what I'm saying. Like, and he dropped. He dropped Teflon Don, Self-Made Volume 1. In that 4 year span, he dropped Teflon Don, Self-Made Volume 1, then Rich Forever, God Forgives I Don't, like then Mastermind in 2013. This nigga dropped like hella shit, like good shit in those few years.
Oh hell yeah.
But like I was really on shit, Triller, Deeper Than Rap, and Teflon Don. I was really on those 3 albums. Like, but I know Triller and Deeper Than Rap came like before the decade.
Alright, but let's keep it going.
But look at this list.
Mac Miller dropped Kids.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't on Kids like that. I can't even act like I was.
No, you gigging.
I need to go back.
Nike's on my feet, la la.
But you know, Faces is always gonna be Mac Miller's best mixtape. So
you don't even know nothing about the names you going past, like Ka. That's all, man. Listen,
I don't know shit about Ka. That's why I was about to ask you, like, you know who this nigga? I don't know shit about Ka.
See, that nigga be on right musty. I don't know shit. But like I said, let's keep on going. Like I said, let's really go through the years.
But French Montana, bro, French Montana had a good ass start to the decade. Like he was like on fire too. Like he rode Max B's wave as much as he possibly could. Like
I wouldn't even say that because they was both. I ain't gonna say. I mean, Max was definitely doing his thing, but like French held his weight.
Right, but I'm saying like I feel like Well, all right, put it like this. After Max B got locked up, he had to pass the baton to French, of course. And I feel like French took that shit and ran with it. Like, he really took that baton and, like, ran with it. Like, you don't see that too often.
Also, 2010, Flocka Valley. Shout out that boy Flocka. That was crazy.
Hey, what do you think about EDM Flock?
Hey, shit, I'm with any nigga getting money in ways that aren't stereotypical.
Yeah.
If you could do that shit, get it.
Now.
All right. Whoa. All right, bro. Not a deep dive, but maybe a semi-deep dive. And just for me, bro, real fast. Go ahead and pull up that artwork for Man on the Moon 2, bro. Man on the Moon 2. Man on the Moon 2, The Legend of Razor, bro. Real fast, bro. Let's really... November 9th, 2010. Yo, listen, man. You want to talk about a time, man, 2010, a nigga was what?
Yeah.
You know, a nigga was, 16, 17, man. You know, in the middle of that boy, young man stage.
What year did this drop again?
2010.
Damn.
I'm going in order, bro. We still in 2010, but we in November, as you can see, so I'm kind of going by fast. But Man on the Moon 2, bro. And
you must be going through your iTunes library or something right now for you to have all these dates all lined up.
Listen, man, just let me rock, man. Don't worry about how I execute, but just check this, man. Now listen, bro. Ghost by Kid Cudi. Oh my gosh. One of the first songs to really, man, like, ever strike an emotional chord with me without being like a slow song. Like, that song was very upbeat, but man, like, that song, even till now, bro, depending on what mood I'm in, that song can draw tears from me, man, because that's just a beautiful song. Shout out to Kid Cudi. That's a classic album. That's a classic album cover. Yeah, I mean, my nigga got that strap in his hand, right? Don't he got a strap in his hand?
It's what on? Oh, I don't know what that is. Honestly, it's a good it's a good observation.
I always thought it was a strap in his hand. But like, yeah, this album cover always just gave me real, like, fuck everything vibes. It's such a dark, such a good album, man. Like, it was just so appropriate for just how I was feeling in my life.
But Cudi is actually.
I love this album. It was such a good album.
Cudi's actually working on a new project right now. I think he's doing like a series.
What's
Netflix
crazy,
or something.
bro? Listen, years ago, Kid Cudi said that Man on the Moon 3 was coming out in 2020, and so long ago, it was just like, what? 2020? But here we are. So hopefully we get that Man on the Moon 3 next year. Okay.
You think he remembered that that he said that at this point?
Oh man, I believe Cudi knows what he's doing, man. You know how I feel about it. I have a bias. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Lil Wayne also put out in the same year, I Am Not a Human Being. Let's remember what song's going there, because I think I remember this was one of those. Okay, he had Gonorrhea with Drake. I don't remember what Gonorrhea sounded like. Okay, I'm Single. Bro, I'm Single. That's one of Lil Wayne's hardest songs all time. That song is hard. Polo T-shirt.
How did that hook go again? I forgot.
What? Bitch, I'm single.
Oh yeah.
Bitch, I'm single.
This was when
I ain't tripping on nothing. I'm sipping on something in my own.
Was this before? This was after Rebirth. This was the next project after
nigga,
Rebirth.
I'm going in order, bro. Okay, he had Right Above It. I didn't like that song. He had Bill Gates. That was a cool song. I remember. But yeah, this was Wayne kind of still cooling down, but still being that nigga. And basically just putting out mixtapes, but he was putting out albums.
Yeah.
You feel what I mean? Let's keep on going. What else do I want to? Okay, now we might can get into 2011, but let's see what's going on.
Well, let me know, because I can pull up the artwork.
Okay, hold on, wait. How can we talk about 2010 and not talk about November 19th? November 19th, bro, you have My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and you have Nicki Minaj Pink Friday. Whoa.
Okay, I wasn't on Pink Friday like that, but
Nigga, and you got Pilot Talk too.
okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Pilot Talk 2. Yeah,
Nigga,
definitely.
What?
Definitely Pilot Talk 2, man. That was a
Nigga,
classic.
bro, let's talk about Pilot Talk 2. I never forget, bro. RP to my aunt. I had went to Baltimore and I had stayed with my aunt. And you had let me hold your iPod Classic, bro. And I remember that, like, you know, like I said, this was like around that time, like Christmas time and all of that shit. I remember, like, you know, I was listening to like Pilot Talk 2. I was listening to like Kendrick Lamar, Overly Dedicated, but definitely a lot of Pilot Talk 2. That was around that time. Shout out, me, RP my auntie, and shout out that Pilot Talk 2. That shit was like that.
Classic album, Pilot Talk 2.
Classic album. They're very overslept on.
Overshadowed.
I wouldn't even say overshadowed, bro. I would just definitely say.
I mean, it was overshadowed at the time.
Terribly.
I think people realize now it's a classic, especially Currency fans, of course. But at the time, it definitely was overshadowed by a lot of other stuff.
All right. Okay. 2011. Schoolboy Q. Setbacks. That was. I like that album a lot. I don't know about you. Well, okay, let's keep
I forgot what songs was on that album, honestly. You're going to have to refresh me.
Bet I Got Some Weed, Druggy and
Oh, yeah, that was cool. I'm actually, this is actually the track list right here. I just pulled up the track list. Okay,
I'm
yeah.
still going.
Yeah, my Hayden joint. Yeah, this was a good ass album. It got Groove Line Part 1. Yeah, this was a good ass album, yo.
Setbacks?
Nightmare.
Setbacks, right?
Yeah. No, this Habits and Contradictions. I'm tripping.
Yeah, you smoking big dope. I thought so. Okay, Raekwon.
Why the fuck did that shit come up?
That album was hard. Action Bronson dropped, but I wasn't fucking with Action Bronson back then. Rock Marciano dropped, but I was not fucking with Rock Marciano back then. But he put out Mossberg. Okay, what else is going on? EK. Okay. 2011. Max B drops Vigilante Season.
Vigilante Season? Was Max B he was still out back then?
Nigga. Huh?
Like, when did Max B go to jail?
Shit. When Max B go to jail? Like 09, wasn't that?
So he was still dropping mixtapes, like full tapes after he...
Hold on. When did Max B go to jail? Yeah, because Vigilante Season, that was the album. Yeah, I think Max B went to jail like 09, like 2010, something like that. Either way, but nigga, what? Vigilante Season? Classic motherfucking album. Tattoos on her ass. Where do I go? AKA Chicka Owl. Nigga, what? Porno music? Man, come on, man.
Okay.
Oh my, like, I could just, this Max B. You gotta shout out Max B for Vigilante Season. Wiz Khalifa dropped Rolling Papers. Rolling Papers was ass, except for a couple of songs.
I think that was the start of Wiz's decline.
I would mean we can't say that because he still put out some fire after that, but I was very disappointed in Rolling Papers.
But bro, remember he was at his peak at Cushion Orange Juice.
Okay.
Kind of hard to get better than that.
Cam and Vado had dropped Guns of Butter. Shout out Cam and Vado. Tyler dropped Goblin. Very hot. A very different time in our lives.
What was up? Was that his breakout?
Yeah, Goblin was the first album. That was right after Bastard.
No, Bastard was his breakout, bro.
Yeah, Bastard was the breakout, but I mean the breakout was really, Yonkers, which was on Goblin. Right?
No, that was on Bastard, bro.
No, it wasn't, bro. Bastard was the mixtape. What the fuck you gonna tell me?
I know, but Yonkers was on that. That was because that was the breakout.
No, it wasn't. Yonkers was on the album.
Oh.
Bastard was a mixtape.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Yeah, you're right. Yonkers.
I know I am, nigga.
So.
Man, let me cook, man. Even if I'm wrong, just go with the fuck I say, man. These niggas gonna believe me anyway. Fuck is. Ooh, Self-Made Volume 1, Play Your Part, Chester French. Where the fuck is Chester French? I repeat, where the fuck is Chester French?
Was he signed to MMG?
I don't know, man. Listen, Chester French is one of the illest white groups of all fucking time, and
Oh,
like,
that's a group. I'm tripping.
nigga, like, you know, like, She Loves Everybody, just that whole mixtape, man.
So Chester French,
Remember, they was signed to Star Trek. They was
yeah,
signed to Pharrell.
I'm looking.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Chester French ain't dropped shit since 2012, bro.
Man, what the fuck? I just hope they just still getting money right.
Bro, it's old for them, man. They only dropped that one album, Love the Future, in 2009 on Star Trek, and then by 2012, when they dropped their second album, they were signed to Karma Loop. These niggas were signed to Karma Loop.
Yo, you tried. I know you ain't trying to clown Chester French.
No, I'm trying to sound. I'm just kind of.
Niggas is probably writing songs, man. Shut the fuck up.
Bro, Karma Loop, though, bro. You come on, man.
Okay, Bad Meets Evil, trash.
Trash. Yeah, I ain't had to listen to that. No, that was trash. Twitter told me that was trash.
Big Sean dropped Finally Famous. I fuck with that shit hard body.
I feel like Big Sean is one of those.
And Currency dropped Weekend at Bernie's.
I feel like Big Sean is like the Carmelo Anthony of goddamn the music industry.
2011 was crazy. Check this out. Check out what I'm about to give you. So listen to this lineup, bro. Big Sean, Finally Famous, Currency, Weekend at Bernie's, Kendrick Lamar, Section 80, and Dom Kennedy from West Side with Love too. That's all within June and July. Wow.
Damn. That what really caught my attention was the Section 80 and from West Side with Love too.
Nigga, I'm telling you, and Dawn was June 28th, Kendrick July 2nd. Okay. Let's keep, okay, ooh, July 12th, right after that. Cool Kids, when Fish Ride Bicycles. I don't know if you listened to that album, Large. Great album.
I did.
Great album.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that album really aged the best though.
Bro, but look, you think I was saying something? I ain't saying shit yet, bro. August 8th, watch the fucking Throne. My first concert. Watch the Throne, man. That was a great summer for hip hop. And especially to be what we were, which were young niggas that just that graduated high school, about to go to college, and then even for us that wasn't going to college, just entering adulthood. Like, that was some great shit to try to get your head right to in that current time. Like, you know, from Spitter on down to Hove and Ye. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Gucci Mane and Flocka put out Ferrari Boys, but I didn't really fuck with that, but that was still cool.
Yeah.
From a standpoint of, it was just funny to me. You get what I mean? Because it was clearly a play on Watch the Throne.
You think so?
Game put out the Red Eye, of course.
Man, but it wasn't even named.
Yo, they put it out right after, bro.
Oh, right.
Like, look. Okay, think about it. Watch the Throne came out August 8th. Ferrari Boys came out August 9th, but they just like, come on, bro. Sorry.
But my thing is, they would have to have known during the entire recording process to Watch the Throne. Like, wait, was Watch the Throne? Watch the Throne was heavily publicized before it came out, wasn't it?
Nigga.
Yeah.
Yo, Carter 4.
I be forgetting back then they didn't do surprise albums.
Carter 4, August 29th. A great summer for hip hop. And even though this is still me back in my phase of not fucking with Lil Wayne the way that I once did, because I like old Lil Wayne. I like the drought Lil Wayne. I like Louisiana Lil Wayne. I like Squad Up Lil Wayne.
Dedication 2 Lil Wayne. Dedication 3 Lil
Wayne. Shit.
Dedication 2 probably his best mixtape of all time.
Yo, Dedication 6 Lil Wayne, that nigga went stupid on this last Dedication. But look, the Carter 4. Gotta give respect to Carter 4. Go ahead and pull that Carter 4 up real fast, bro. Okay. The intro, okay, that was cool and all of that. Nigga, I really didn't fuck with Blunt Blowing or Mega Man. 6 foot, 7 foot, hard. She Will, hard. Nigga, my favorite song on here, the interlude with Tech 9 and Andre 3000. One of my favorite Andre 3000 verses of all time. Probably, definitely, maybe a top.
I gotta go back and listen to that song. Like, I don't even remember how that shit went at this point. But I know that shit was hard.
I mean, it's nothing but Andre 3000 and Tech 9 rapping on the same beat from the intro. But yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Andre
yeah.
3000 killed that shit. I mean, Tech Nine did too, but Andre just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
John, hard. One of Rick Ross's hardest songs. Very hard. Every time I remember niggas used to plug in the phone, like the iPod to the car,
Mm-hmm.
the first song that would always play was Lil Wayne Abortion. Remember that? It would always either be Lil Wayne Abortion or Kendrick Lamar ADHD.
Yeah, I remember the ADHD shit, bro. And then after that, it was Abra.
Like every time, bro, look, every time niggas plugged in the phone, bro, it was either the first song.
Nah, it was ADHD for me because that shit was like, it was A, then dot, then D. Like, yeah.
That's genius though, bro. Like, yeah, he made niggas get tired of that song. How to Love, of course, was hard. But overall, yeah, like, I really didn't fuck with that album, but it still was a classic. So, you feel me?
I mean, I just feel like Wayne was like...
In terms of that time period, you feel me? You just gotta show love to
I just feel like Wayne was trying to do too much experimenting.
Okay, let's get into it. You was Dick Ryan, J. Cole, big heavy around this time. Sideline Story come out September 27th. There you are, sitting in your...
my dorm room.
Yeah, sitting in your dorm room with the CD.
With the CD.
Copy.
Bought the CD, had it in my car.
How was you feeling, man?
Well, you told me that the CD was a glorified coaster at the time, and I didn't want to believe you. But now I'm inclined to agree. 9 years later, the album wasn't really trash. It was just a bunch of old shit. Like, he had like 5-6 old songs on the album, and the rest of the album was just like, you could tell he was trying to play it safe. You know, it was his first go around in the industry. He didn't want to, like, I guess, alienate too many people or come off as too lyrical. Like, he wanted to be able to have his cake and eat it too. He wanted to have the mainstream fuck with him and still have his fan base, but it just didn't work out that way. And so he had to come back around with the Born Center that time. Yeah, when he dropped Born Center, that was like, okay, all right, now this nigga solidified. He's solid. But, like, that Sideline Story shit had niggas wondering if J. Cole was really ready for the spotlight. Like, because that shit was weird. Like, that Nobody's Perfect shit, it was all right. But, like, they was really trying to make that song into something that it wasn't. Because that shit was not all that. It was just real mediocre. It was the Cricket. No, it was the Cricket Smile shit too. That Cricket Smile was actually alright, but like I said, they was marketing that album.
Bro, please relax.
Cricket Smile was alright for a single. Put it like that.
All that shit was trash, man. And look, I believe J. Cole can rap. I fuck with this nigga as a black man and all of that shit.
Mm.
But man, he. Bro, listen. Anyway.
I'm away.
Mac Miller put out Blue Slide Park. I didn't fuck with Blue Slide Park.
Of course.
Bro,
we taking too long to get through this damn decade, man. We still on 2011.
Yeah, we listen, but look, we're in November. Of 2011 already, bro. Relax.
I mean, and you know the music started getting more and more trash as the decade went on, though. So.
But look, okay, so you got Drake, Take Care.
And that was it right there. That was it.
You got Webby, Savage Life 3, crack.
Savage Life 2, still his best shit though.
I don't know, man. All that shit. You got Mac and Davenport High School. That bullshit.
Oh yeah, they dropped the album with that. Shit.
Yeah, Jeezy put out his last bullshit 103 CD.
Yo, Jeezy is a clone now. Yo, you ain't telling me shit, bro. That's not the same nigga no more. Yo, that's not the same Jeezy.
Man,
that's not the same Can't Ban the Snowman from down.
Bro, why niggas live better in, okay, so habits and contradictions come out.
Mm-hmm. Which is that shit. We just established that 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Currency still dropping shit.
Always.
You used to listen to Chitty Bang, didn't you?
Chitty Bang was my shit, bro. Hey, look, man. I put them and Swayze in the same category, man. Like that alternative rap, hip hop shit. You know.
Yeah, them niggas
you can't.
But, hey, yo,
Chitty Bang had a couple hits. I can't think of no songs right now, but
they have shit.
Hey, look, I'm over here.
Bang
I'm about to
ass
pull up.
shit.
I'm about to pull up their shit right now.
Alright, look, no, don't do that.
Chitty Bang.
Tiger
Oh man.
Careless World. Shout out Tiger.
Damn. And they only got one shit on their discography and shit. Like.
Yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't even remember none of this shit.
My nigga Diggy dropped that Unexpected Arrival. Classic.
Diddy was supposed to be something.
Should've went triple, man.
Cause JoJo was never gonna make it. Diddy was supposed to carry that family in the rap industry. What happened to that?
Diggy should've went fucking triple.
Swear, I was rooting for Diggy too, yo.
Hey, yo, why Diggy ain't go triple, yo?
Oh, the Swelly Express. Yeah,
yo, shout out Def Grips. They put out Money Store. I fuck with Def Grips.
What's the name of that genre again? Def Grips. Cause they on some weird shit.
Def Grips is just Def Grips. Like, I don't even know.
Like some grunge shit or something. Experimental hip hop. Industrial hip hop. That's what it is.
B.O.B. put out Strange Clouds, and it started to be over for that nigga. Absol dropped Control System.
You know what happened?
Absol.
You know what happened after
drop rap music.
You know what happened after Strange Clouds? B.O.B. got on his woke shit and started dropping like a hella conspiracy
dropped
mixtape.
Stone Immaculate, and what happened after Stone Immaculate drop? Niggas was like, okay, Currency not playing with niggas, right?
Currency ain't
That's
been.
definitely what I said.
Currency's never been playing with niggas. Like, I just pulled up his discography on Wikipedia, bro. This nigga got 9 studio albums.
Relax,
and 59 mixtapes. 59 mixtapes.
We still getting there.
9 collab albums and 4 EPs.
Bro, listen. The $1 million question. What the fuck happened to XV? Is XV alive?
That was your boy. I don't know. I ain't fucking.
Nigga, you was fucking with XV shit. Shut the fuck up.
I fuck with one of his. I fuck with one XV mixtape, man.
Nigga, you fuck with that shit hard.
Don't do me like that.
That was headphone music for you.
I fuck with one. That was the only XV mixtape. I don't even remember what the name of it was.
Okay, Nas dropped Life is Good. It was like Everybody's Heroes or somebody like that.
I'm about to see. Mixtapes. Damn, this nigga XV got hella mixtapes too.
XV went up to the rap station. It was freestyling with J. Cole and had a better freestyle than J. Cole, I think.
It was either Zero Heroes or Everybody's Nobody.
Zero Heroes. That was his shit. Zero Heroes. That was his shit.
Word.
That was his shit. He was on this. Okay. Oh. Let's get real. August 14th. We college freshmen. And bro, man, let's talk to it, bro. Bro, this was a weird time that I think we would look back on and be like, yo, it's crazy that it was like this.
Yeah.
Bro, we were college freshmen, and the hottest rapper at the time was 2 Chainz and Juicy J, 2 niggas well into their 30s. And
I mean, but 2 Chainz, bro.
You remember when Based on a True Story came out, bro? I was a freshman in college.
But that's what I meant to touch on, man.
That shit was so crazy.
That's what I was trying to touch on before we even got this deep into the conversation. 2 Chainz was one of those topics I wanted to touch on because he had one of those resurgences this decade that you don't see. Like, he first came out with the Players Circle in mid 2005, mid 2000s. He
first came out with motherfucking Ludacris, nigga.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. He was signing DTP and shit. But,
yeah, man.
But this nigga came back, reinvented himself, changed his name, Titty Boy 2 Chainz, and the rest is history. Like, bro, that's like, I have never seen a rebrand as strong as that. Like, I can't think of nobody.
Yo, that's a movie. That's a real movie, yo.
I can't think of nobody like that, yo.
Yo, real shit. Let's talk about some real shit. You know we in 2012 now, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk some real shit, you know? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the first female who I really feel like knocked down the door for the rest of these bitches to even have a chance to challenge Nicki at the time, man. Shout out to my wife, Creation, my nigga.
Gucci, Fendi, Prada.
What? 2012, Kreayshawn dropped something about Cray. Kreayshawn is a motherfucking legend. She's a director. Yeah, I mean, she was helping Lil B. All of that.
And
Speaks, a combination of that energy.
Speaks, who I have featured on the Large album that's available at LARGE7.com. largeclothing.co
Okay.
as well. Speaks
And
actually
also,
wrote
isn't
that
that
song.
available? Hey, Large, not to interrupt you, but isn't that also available on us streaming
All streaming services.
sites?
Apple
Okay.
Music, you can get my latest album and my EP from 2014, 93 Large, on Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Google Play Music, all of the major streaming services, even Amazon. So check that out. LARGE7.com is my website for the music, and LargeClothing.co is the website for the clothing line, Large. And
All right.
if you check it out, the music, Large 7 is spelled LARGESEVAN. The last E in 7 is an A instead. That's how you spell Large 7. So yeah, check me out. And yeah, you can check my boy Dom out, who I'm also speaking with. He is also featured on a lot of my music. His stage name is DomIsG. And you can check
Hey,
him out
bro,
on YouTube
bro.
also.
Okay, listen. 2012,
Yeah.
Death Grips dropped. No Love, Deep Web.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, a classic album. And bro, listen. From the moment I saw that cover, I was just like, yo. I just have to engulf myself in this music because I know it was going to speak to me, bro. Go ahead and look that cover up.
Which one?
Death Grips, No Love, Deep Web, classic album.
No Love,
Yeah,
Deep
man.
Web.
Oh yeah, classic.
Oh, what the fuck? Man, it's a dick. Bro. Hey, yo, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, man. All I see is a pink ass dick and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? Thought it was a dildo.
Oh my goodness, man, this is a child. All right.
Gosh.
Okay, so
You gonna get me banned, man.
Well, okay, Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. Like we already know, blah blah blah. Meek, Dreams and Nightmares, great intro. Blah blah blah. Nicki Minaj, she's still shitting on bitches. Wiz Khalifa on IFC, he tried to get it right, and I respected that. Chief Keef drops Finally Rich, an album actually which I deem a classic album, being that he just made that shit real fast and didn't give a fuck. That was some real nigga shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you think? I think so.
Hold on. You said what now?
Finally Rich is a classic. That's a classic album.
By who?
Chief Keef.
Oh, Back from the Dead was a classic.
I mean,
my
bro,
Rich.
check this out. So here we are, we're in 2013. So check
Mm-hmm.
this out. ASAP Rocky. Long live ASAP. Shout out ASAP Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hey yo, I just pulled up a
That
list
boy
of the best selling.
Chameleon.
I just pulled up a list of the best selling hip hop albums of the 2010s in the United States also. And where you at? You still in 2012?
No, I am currently in 2013 because I want to just remember shit that I might have forgot about. I don't give a fuck about the shit that did numbers. That's what the white man want me to talk about.
But honestly, that's the only thing I could pull up in Wikipedia that's like, you know, got a list of all the rap albums from this decade is the best selling albums and shit.
Hey, nigga, I typed in, nigga, bro, I'm on Wikipedia and I'm killing shit and I don't know why you can't find what I'm finding.
What you pull up on Wikipedia?
I pulled up, like, for example, the shit I'm in right now is 2013 hip hop music, and then I went to release albums, and it's just chronologically list everything that dropped.
Okay. Oh, 2013 hip hop music. Damn. Yeah, you're right.
And then just go to the albums.
What month are you on right now?
I'm just going through shit. Right now I'm in April. Well, I'm in April, you feel me? Tyler dropped Wolf. That was cool. Wolf was hard. Kid Cudi dropped Indica. I remember Indica because Kid Cudi.
I didn't like that
was
man.
Yo, you're a fucking clown because Indica was crazy. I remember that shit came out and I was very sick.
No, actually, I did like Indica. It was it was that other album. No, it was that other album I didn't like. You know what I'm talking about?
Poser.
No, it was Speeding Bullet to Heaven. I fucking hated that album. Yeah, I did. So you like that? You was one of the few that actually liked that album.
Nigga, Kid Cudi, man. Kid Cudi has a special place in my heart, man. Anyway, so what else came out? Okay, Wizard Currency put out Live in Concert, a great album that I listened to on repeat so many times, and I know every word to that album for no reason.
What do you think about they latest joint album that they just dropped?
2009 was very hard when I used to ride around at work, bumping that all the time.
Yeah.
Alright. J. Cole put out Born Center, trash.
Born Center is not trash, bro. Born
Jesus,
Center, the opposite of a winner.
Remember when I used to eat sardines? Put that up.
Put that up. Cause I'm a winner.
Kanye put out Yeezus. And Mac put out Watching Movies with the Sound Off. R.P. Mac Neezy. R.P. Mac Neezy.
Yo, we got about 15, 16 minutes before we gotta get on our Dick Clark shit and count down to the new year.
Listen, no, brother, private jet on his way, man. Now I gotta rearrange my plans because I got a life. You feel me?
Alright, let's keep going through this list, man. We got Excuse My French and shit. I never listened to it.
Where you at?
I'm in May right now.
Nigga, I'm way past you.
I thought we was still on May. Oh yeah, you skipped that and went
Nigga,
to
I'm in
June.
July, nigga.
Alright.
I'm in Magna Carta Holy Grail. Great production. Lyrics was so. Shout out
Yeah,
Hov.
I mean, but that's whole for you nowadays. So,
Rich Gang. A great mixtape.
what do you think about Ace Hood, man? Ace Hood actually was like a staple in hip hop for a few years, and he just fell off the face of the earth.
Earl Sweatshirt put out Doors August 20th. Big Sean Hall of Fame was trash.
Ooh, Terrence Martin put out the classic that is 3-chord fold in August 2018.
You wasn't a Terrence Martin shit. I give you that. You wasn't a Terrence Martin shit.
I definitely was, yo. That was my prelude to house music, yo.
Danny Brown put out Old. I fuck with Old. A tag. Dom Kennedy put out Get Home Safely, which was really the last Dom Kennedy release that I fuck with right away. After that, it took me a little while to accept the fact that Dom was taking me in a whole different direction.
I just feel like that's exactly what I was about to say. I feel like that was the last of the old Dom Kennedy. That was the last of the old guard when he was written by what was the nigga Jay Wright or whatever? Who used to write his shit?
I don't believe that per se. I just think that Dom switched it up.
Yeah, but the nigga came out and said he used to write his shit. Maybe he was just hating, but I don't think the nigga would have a reason.
The nigga named Jay Madison or something like that?
Yeah, Jay Madison. Yeah, it wasn't J305. It was Jay Madison.
But even if he did, shit, Dom, whoever writing Dom shit now, if it's not Dom, doing a way better job. So
you think so, bro? Wait, come on, bro. We still talking about. Talking about the Yellow album. We talking about.
Dom, listen, current day Dom Kennedy. Yo, I never know what that nigga's gonna say, man, and I love every second of listening to his music for the first time. Anyway.
But you can say that. I mean, only reason you can say that about his old shit is because like you had listened to it so fucking much. You had listened to it so fucking much that you knew what he was gonna say.
Listen, bro, seriously. I listen to old Dom Kennedy songs that I forgot the words to, but I know what he gonna say because his old shit was very like. It was for the women. You feel me? It was for the women. Like it wasn't for the niggas. I'm not saying that his new shit's still not for the. His new shit's still for the.
But he still was saying crazy shit that made you think twice. Like, don't let a new girl make no spaghetti. Like niggas still don't understand what the fuck that mean. Like niggas still don't know what that mean, yo. You know what that mean?
Man, you asking me, do I know what that mean? Hell yeah, I know what that mean.
Alright, well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, that was old Dom Kennedy and shit, but a lot of niggas still don't know what that mean, like, so, you know?
Check this out.
And if you don't know what the fuck that mean, just Google it, bro. I'm not about to sit here and explain, I'm not about to sit here and explain that shit.
You gotta let niggas figure out. Yo, back to B.O.B. I'm showing B.O.B. hella love. Fuck you.
Yo, I was just listening. I'm so glad we brought B.O.B. up tonight because I was just listening to Elements earlier. You know, he dropped those 4 mixtapes.
Yeah, Earth, Wind, Fire, and Air, some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
But like I said, I
My
don't.
homeboy had put me on them shits.
Word. I feel like B.O.B. Was it? Did you say it was your homeboy that died or some shit?
Nah, my nigga that put me on that shit alive.
Oh, word.
Shout out my niggas that's no longer here now. Alright, 2014. Let's see how many years we can get through before midnight.
Alright. We didn't even get to nothing else. We still on rap. We were supposed to be talking about like sports and movies and all that.
Well, bro, how about this? Let's talk about why movies ain't shit. Because movies either take place in some alternate ass universe where they want to use people of color, but they don't want to make them black. They want to make them some shit like blue or fucking shiny or some crazy shit. The only time they want to celebrate people of color is when they a fucking color that's not black. And then they making slave movies.
Bro.
How the fuck am I watching slave movies?
I mean, I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about Hollywood.
No, listen, fuck that. Why the fuck you got these bullshit ass movies like, you know, you got the Marvels and the DCs and the, you know what I mean, all of them motherfuckers making these bullshit ass comic movies. Nobody give a fuck about that shit. Niggas out here dying. I don't want to see no fucking comic movie, man. Put that money, they make, you know how much money they spending on these movies because niggas is going to see these bullshit ass movies. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You giving the, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you giving kids something to look forward to, 3 hours to look forward to every 5 fucking years with a major movie. Fuck that, man. Put that same money into these kids, man. Give these kids something that they can touch, that they can see for the next 10 years, man, consecutively. But they don't want me to get on that type of shit. So let me get back on my hip-hop shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, Cheek said happy New Year's to niggas too in the group chat and shit. He just posted it, so. But I didn't want to cut you off, but I just wanted to make sure I.
Shout out Cheek.
Shout out to Cheek. Happy New Year to Cheek. You know, I doubt you listening right now, but you'll hear it later maybe. So.
Cheek, yo, listen, Cheek Town is the motherfucker, man. Everywhere I go, man, I feel like, man, damn, Cheek Town. All right, Kid Cudi dropped Satellite Flight, a great album that I fuck with very hard.
Oh man, that hook, man, that hook for that cover song.
Take it to the
satellite. Bro, I gotta listen to that shit again. Bro, I might have to play that shit while we on here. I might have to play that shit right now, yo.
Yo, look, Pharrell Girl album, a great album.
Oh yeah, man, that shit. What, nigga? That shit was bridging gaps, yo. You had old motherfuckers out here vibing to that shit with the young folks.
In reality.
Thank you for this day.
Bro, you got me over here vibing to nothing. I'm over here. If you can look at me right now, I'm literally vibing to no music. Like, I'm just over here vibing.
And the story goes, a young man will come and say,
Says the Gemini. Yo, it was a point in time. They say, I'll never forget.
Try but you can't deny when it's in your soul. Let's take it where there aren't any roads.
Carolina at the Night Center across the street from the Sheets with Lega. It was Lega's cousin's birthday. A nigga named Granderson or some shit like that. It was his birthday over there. And bro, it was my first time hearing Saints in Gemini because I don't listen to shit like that.
Who did he get married to?
Who?
He got married to one of them bitches.
Saints in Gemini?
Yeah.
He used to fuck with Jordan Sparks. I don't know if he married her.
Oh, that's who I'm thinking about.
I don't know, but either or. So, bro, I never forget.
Jordan Sparks, yeah, that was Jordan Sparks.
I heard that was the first time I heard Red Nose and the other shit. What's the other shit called? Red Nose and the other shit, man. Either way, bro, I ain't even gonna stunt, bro. Then I went to college and I kept on hearing that nigga. I was like, yo, it's two niggas who I always give credit. Sage the Gemini and K Cat. Bro, those are two niggas that if you would have told me in 2020 niggas still wasn't listening to Sage the Gemini and K Camp is
Bro, Sage the Gemini did not have that many hits, bro. Only thing I can think of is Red Nose.
No, bro. You're tripping in the party. Bitches used to go off the Sage the Gemini.
Bro, what other hits did he have other than Red Nose?
Bro, it was Red Nose and it was another song.
Gas Pedal.
Gas Pedal.
That's it. That's it.
Those.
I'm looking at his Wikipedia right now. That's literally it. Those two songs.
Bro, I thought he had another song too.
No, bro. I'm looking at his disc. I'm looking at this.
Leave my nigga stay alone.
I'm looking at this nigga.
But look, I ain't gonna stunt. Yo, for whatever reason, I was like, yo. Niggas fuck with Sage the Gemini. I was like, yo, this nigga gonna be hot for a minute. That's what I had thought. But him and K-Camp, definitely K-Camp. K-Camp had 1 billion hits. I still don't know what K-Camp.
Bro, I'm looking at this nigga Wikipedia page right now, and his discography say he had the Remember Me album in 2014. That's the shit that had Red Nose and Gas Pedal. And apparently he was supposed to drop another album in 2019. I don't know if it ever dropped or not. But the shit was supposed to be called Red Nose 2 album. Somebody on Wikipedia fucking wow. That shit ain't got no link or nothing.
That's the Red Nose 2 album.
Red Nose 2.
Hey, yo.
Bro. Yeah, man. They did that nigga dirty. And apparently he's only a year older than us, so, yeah.
Exactly. Shout out Sage. Use that nigga.
But, fuck all this shit, though, man. I think we'd have made it through 2014, so. Cameron dropped, First of the Month, Volume 2. Gucci dropped Gucci vs. Guwap. Nobody give a fuck about that shit. Wiz dropped Black Hollywood, trash.
Whoa, Black Holiday was hard.
Oh, word, I ain't listen to it.
Black Hollywood was hard.
Word, I ain't listen to it.
Well, we in 2015, right?
I'm still in 2014. You
Why?
wanna, oh shit, my bad. Let's go to 2015.
You slow, bro.
I was over here going to other shit. Honestly, I wasn't even looking at that page. But all right, now we on 2015. Lupe dropped Tetsuo and Youth in January, and you was on that shit, weren't you?
Of course.
Joey Badass dropped Before the Money. That was alright. It was cool. A lot of niggas was on that shit. Big Sean dropped Dark Sky Paradise, of course. I feel like that's probably Big Sean's best. That's probably his magnum opus. What you think?
Not to me.
As far as albums?
Yeah, not to me.
What do you think is his best album?
To me, his best album to me is still his first shit.
What, Finally Famous?
Whose house is this? Laughing so hard, my tongue is out. And
The Finally Famous, the album?
Back that press, mouth to mouth, that shit.
I don't know.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Finally
we're gonna have to agree to disagree. But Chris Brown and Tiger dropped the classic that is Fan of a Fan, the album.
Alright, nigga, don't sleep on Fan of a Fan. That shit hard.
Fan of a Fan, the mixtape was hard. But G-Unit dropped
Album was hard.
G-Unit dropped a couple mixtapes that year. Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, that's Black Niggas on that shit. Kendrick dropped The Pimple Butterfly March 15th.
Hard.
Yeah, that's a classic, bro. I feel like that needs to belong on I mean, I already seen niggas putting it on their decade list, but that's definitely needs to be on everybody's decade list. That My Beautiful Dark Twisted.
Pilot Talk 3.
What, they need to be on a decade list?
Nah, Pilot Talk 3 came out too though.
That came out in 2015?
Yes, sir.
God damn, time flies. What the fuck?
In April.
I'm looking at April right now. What day?
And Cherry Bomb.
No, that nigga dropped even more Saturday night cartoons and Pilot Talk 3 in April.
He said cartoons.
Even more Saturday night cartoons. Remember he dropped Saturday night cartoons and he dropped even more Saturday night.
Barter 6.
Oh,
Classic.
Yeah. I wasn't fucking with Thug back then. I still ain't fucking with Thug. Honestly, I still ain't listening to So Much Fun. I don't be listening. I don't be looking for no fucking Thug.
No, cause you're fucking up. You missed out on probably the best album came out last year.
I mean, The London is that shit though. Everybody like the London. Bro, you know even Barack Obama bitch ass had the London on his year.
Yo, watch your mouth about Obama, yo. That's my future father-in-law.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh, who you gonna fuck, Malia or Sasha? I think Sasha 18. I think I can say that. Let me make sure I can say that. Sasha Obama.
Whatever one of them will have me. Fuck it.
Sasha Obama. Let's see how old she is.
Hey yo, look, it's 11:59, yo.
No pedophile. I'm just saying. I just want to make sure that Dom can say that about Sasha. But so what you want to turn it to Dick Clark and shit? Oh yeah, Sasha was born in 2001, so she was born June 10th, 2001. Yeah, she just turned 18, nigga. You got lucky. You can say you can fuck her. But damn, yo, let's turn it to Dick Clark and shit, man.
No homo.
Pause. Alright, so we got 24 seconds. 23, 22, 21. Hey, look. I'm gonna get my webcam, put my webcam over here and shit. But that shit ain't gonna make a difference. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Woo! 2020! Woo!
Okay, alright. gather your fucking words.
Hey yo, if we was in the county right now, I'd hear hella gunshots and shit. Niggas kissing and shit. I got my girl to kiss me and shit.
Niggas kissing niggas in the mouth and shit. No homo.
She be kissing his dick when she get home. It's all good.
You better not be on stream saying that shit, yo.
Bro, we been on this shit for like an hour. Ain't nobody listening. Ain't nobody listening. If somebody is listening.
Yo, it don't matter, yo. That's still mad disrespectful.
Hey, look, man. Happy New Year.
Hey, yo.
Happy New Year.
Yo, you mad fucked up, yo.
Happy New Year. Happy New.
Alright, fuck it. Let's keep on going, man. Strum Life, though. Strum Life was hard.
Oh, they got Post Malone. Bro, that's another fucking thing. We need to talk about how they used the whole entire 2010s to gentrify hip-hop. Because you see how they did rock and roll and turned that shit into rock and made it for white people, gave Elvis the crown. You see what they did to R&B after the fucking 80s and 90s. They came through with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. And then they did it with Eminem with rap. But after Eminem, after niggas got used to seeing white boys rap, they was like, alright, let's come through and take over the shit. So they came out with MGK. They came out with Post Malone. They came out with Yellow Wolf. They came out with all these fucking white rappers. Mac Miller, all these motherfuckers. Mac Miller is the only white rapper I will ever like say is justified for being in hip hop. But everybody else.
Why? Because he died or because he fucking.
No, but Mac Miller was that nigga even before he, bro. Mac Miller was like honorary nigga. Like he didn't have to say nigga to be an honorary nigga. Mac Miller was just that nigga.
No, I ain't even gonna stunt. You was the only nigga I know who fucking was swimming before he died.
I'm saying. Like I was sick, bro.
I wasn't fucking with swimming. I still fuck with swimming. Keep it hot.
I was so sick, bro. Like Mac Miller was literally my favorite white rapper, and it wasn't on no shit like Mac Miller.
Keep it a bean. I fuck with Mac Miller, but Mac Miller not. I mean, well, yeah, he probably my favorite white rapper, but I think he's not my favorite white song maker rapper.
Who's your favorite? What, Post Malone?
Hell no, Lil Peep.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Lil Peep. But what I'm saying is, bro, you see all the white niggas we just named to the point where it's like they can have fucking Post Malone at the New Year's Dick Clark shit performing because he's taking over the fucking charts because white rappers just are so ingrained into rap now. Like 10 years ago, 10 years ago, Eminem would have been the only motherfucker that could have pulled something like that off. Like now they got a handful of white rappers they could choose from and shit, you know?
It's not even about that, yo. It's just the fact that you gotta look at it like that, man.
And there's nothing against white people. It's just like, goddamn, like what the fuck can we have?
It's nothing against white people at all. But look what I'm saying. What it boils down to, bro, is black people are the guinea pigs of everything, even success. They see what work with niggas and they be like, shit, well, if white people buy this shit from niggas, they gonna definitely buy it from a white person, and that's what they do. So trust me, everything that
I mean, but white people, they control. Alright, it's crazy because black people spend so much money. We are a spending ass group of people. Like, the black American spends over $1 trillion every year. So we have a lot of spending power. But when it comes to the music industry, white people run that shit. White people buy albums. They the only motherfuckers still buying albums today. They the only motherfuckers that go to concerts consistently today. And so the music industry, the labels, they market to whites. Everything revolves around the young millennial white when it comes to how we gonna monetize this music shit. And unfortunately for us, that just means that the white rappers get kind of a leg up because they are even more marketable. They even more of a money grab because they can sell to more white people. Because the black niggas ain't buying shit when it comes to music. We saving out. We buying all the Gucci and the fucking Jordans and shit. We ain't spending no money on no music.
The Gucci and the Jordans.
Yeah, I mean, either way, we still spending money. It's just we spending money on different shit. We not spending money on the craft that we actually created, Other than fucking $10 a month to Apple Music, and that ain't going to no fucking niggas. That's going to fucking Jimmy Iovine or whoever else,
That's true.
I don't even think niggas even know Jimmy Iovine is like with Apple Music. Cause he used to be the Interscope dude.
I told niggas yesterday you was anti-Semitic.
Who you tell? Don't have them Jews come fuck me up.
I told the whole world.
Don't have them Jewish people come fuck me up.
Bro, this motherfucker.
Hit the corn. Remember I had my own dance. Bro, apparently that nigga name was I Love Memphis and shit, yo. He was like the first I Love McConan, apparently.
Stop it.
For real, like this shit was like formatted the same and everything. And that nigga dropped the same year as I Love McConan. That shit dropped the same year as Tuesday. That's crazy. Bruh, let's take a moment to acknowledge Tuesday, bruh. Like, bro, that shit was a certified multi hit. Like, that shit went uber platinum probably. 157 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, you know who the first nigga who ever played me McConan?
Who, me?
Nah, BJ.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
I thought it was Look at Risk. I thought it was when him, Father, and that's the first time I heard McConan. I think was
the first time I heard McConan was I know Somali no more or less. I was in Warren County, and BJ took me to a house party in Henderson. Off of Dabney. The house party was off of Dabney.
In Henderson?
Yeah, I swear. Listen, bro. Listen. Me and BJ, I can't make this shit up. Just us. Went to a house party. It was the first time I heard Migos on the island, and I just felt so lost because everybody knew that song.
On the island.
Yo, and I'm talking about with Ty Dolla $igns. Like, I got dreads like I'm from the island. Like, it was my first time hearing that shit. But, like,
yeah,
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't never heard this song before. Like, what the fuck is this?
So, yeah, Look at Risk definitely.
Looking at me like I'm the police.
Look at Risk definitely dropped a few months before Tuesday. You don't remember Look at Risk? You don't remember when I was on YouTube and I was looking at the video for Look at Risk like probably all the time that summer?
No, bro, I just told you. First time I heard that song was with BJ, and then it was summertime, and we was in Greensboro, and you was playing Look at Risk. Yeah, you was playing Look at Risk, and we got pulled over by the police and some bad shit, and you was trying to show your ass. You remember that?
I was showing my ass to the cops.
Yeah, to the fat police officer. Cause you was like, yo, this my seat. He said that you was wildin', and you was like, this my song. You remember that shit?
Oh, don't tell me I was on a trippy. Don't tell me I was on trippy Sterl shit. Like,
yo, nah, you wasn't on your trippy Sterl shit, but you was tripping on your Sterling shit.
I wasn't driving though. I couldn't have been driving acting like that.
You was driving.
I was driving acting like that to the cop.
Yeah, it was you driving. Cheek was in the passenger seat. I was in the back, and you just kept on talking back to the cop. And just going back and forth with that nigga. We just want some shit like Sterling, shut the fuck up so we can just leave.
And what he ended up doing?
He let us go, but you wanted to talk your shit, of course, at first, because you just a bitch. So you want to talk your shit.
Nah, y'all niggas some bitches, man. Y'all supposed to be backing me up and shit. Y'all niggas been hoes and shit.
Nigga,
Acting all scary and shit. Oh, scary ass niggas.
Just cause you pick and choose when you wanna be on some Tupac shit. I can't fuck with that.
Yo, was you there, Sebastian, that night I almost got shot by that nigga for having my pink bandana? That nigga was really pulled out his gun, like that nigga pulled a gun out on me because I had my motherfucking pink bandana out. I had this shit around my neck on. I'm like, what's good? Like he was like, nigga, you on that gay shit? You on that nigga? I'm on my bass shit. What's good, nigga? Lil B, what's up, nigga? Bass guy.
Who you was with?
Nah, nigga, was me. She got there. Will. I think Dylan was out there. Yeah, it was Jalen was out there. It was like the whole crew and shit. And then nigga gonna pull out the gun on me, like with everybody around. Only reason that nigga even felt comfortable doing that shit was because he had a gun. Like, and he knew niggas weren't about to do shit if he had a gun out. But the nigga was drunk as fuck, gonna pull the gun out on me and ain't gonna do shit with it. Yeah. Some brown skinned nigga with dreads, bro. I probably walked past that nigga in the street so many times since then.
Hold up, yo. Hold up, yo.
You never heard this story? Bro, we was leaving a house party. Yes, we was on the sidewalk walking to the car, and this nigga said something to me about my pink bandana. I said something back because I was drunk, and he pulled his gun out on me, act like he was about to shoot me and shit.
Hold up, yeah. Hold up. All right. Seriously, let me get my shit together. Yo, so you said...
Come on, man.
Yo, so you said the nigga rolled up on you.
Yeah.
And you said nigga, I'm on my bass shit.
Yeah, I said I'm on my bass shit. Like,
and then you said Lil B.
Lil B, nigga, was fuck. Like, yeah, that's pretty.
Yo, but that was your response.
Yeah.
To a nigga. So,
that was before he pulled the gun out.
So you just said some shit. So you just said some shit that you just knew he wasn't gonna understand. Regardless, you should have just really just.
Bro, what the fuck?
Said anything.
I feel like I made the proper response. Yo, if I would have been like, "Fuck you, nigga," who the fuck is you? Fuck you, nigga. He would have really pulled out the gun, nigga.
I'm not saying say that. I'm not saying say that, yo. I'm not saying say that, yo. But just be on some shit. I wouldn't just be on some shit like, yeah, nigga. Like, why are you saying a whole nigga name that's not even there? Like, you get what I mean? Like, you should have just played that completely differently. Like, yo, like the pink bandana, this just the type of shit I'm on. Da. You calling out some shit that don't got nothing. He don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's probably why he pulled out his gun. You should have been on some shit like, yo.
Oh, so you think he didn't even know who Lil B was?
Exactly, listen. So you want some shit like Lil B, nigga, da. For all he know, Lil B could be behind him. He like, what the fuck, Lil B? Like, nigga, I'm about to shoot you.
Or I might be calling him a little bitch or something, for all you know.
Nigga, he don't know. Bro, same shit happened to me, bro. I was in Warren County. I was on Eden Ferry Road going to see the fireworks, and I had my pink bandana tied around my face. I used to wear my shit tied around my face and shit, like San Andreas.
Mm.
And, I was wearing my shit, yo. This old nigga walked right past me. He was like, man, you better take that motherfucking bandana off your face. Man, I took that shit off my face so motherfucking fast.
You actually listen to that nigga.
Oh yeah. He was a grown ass man. He was like, nigga, you better take that bandana off your motherfucking face.
Hey, look, bro. So we gonna wrap this shit up before New Year's hit the Central and shit at 1 a.m. Cause they still got these white boys up here still performing and shit, man. They gotta count down to New Year's for the niggas in the cornfields and shit next.
Oh my goodness, bro.
And then California getting it at 3 a.m.
Yeah, you blessed.
But yeah, bro. No, with my hotline bling. Ain't that what he said? Yeah, that nigga Drake was on a crazy ass run when he dropped Guys Playing and that other shit, like back to back, and both went #1. What was it? Guys Playing and what's the other shit? You know what I'm talking about, right? Alright. Bitch. Dom. It was diplomatic immunity, wasn't it?
What about diplomatic immunity?
When did Drake drop those two songs that went #1 back to back together? It was Guys Playing that other shit.
I don't know, man. I ain't a Drake stan like you.
Hey, nigga, I ain't no fucking Drake stan either. I'm just looking at the shit. Oh no, that shit actually went #2. No, I'm looking at Hotline Bling. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was that and Nice for What. Because God's Plan was like fucking #1, and then whatchamacallit, Nice for What went #1. That Nice for What might have been Drake's like biggest song I could think of. What do you think Drake's biggest song of the decade was?
Biggest song of the whole decade is probably that God's Playing shit, honestly.
God's Plan is not that good though.
But it's his most popular song of all time, I think.
How? Cause of the video? We was giving away money and shit?
I mean, it's just catchy, bro.
No, it's not.
Catchy word.
That hook is not catchy. Nice for What is catchy. That's what I'm saying. Nice for What is actually a like that shit.
No, I'm talking about, she said she love me, I tell her only partly, I only love my bed and my mama, I'm sorry. Niggas like shit like that. I only like my bed and my mama, I'm sorry. That's what you want to hear a nigga tell you.
What, that's what the bitches want?
I only love my bed
And my mama, I'm sorry. Bitches,
sorry.
bitches love mama boys and shit.
Bitches fine, damn.
Alright, bro, since we kind of got off topic.
The private jet about to pull up though, yeah. So we gotta wrap this shit up. So
Alright, so we gonna.
What year we on?
Yeah, fuck the music. I was gonna say fuck the music. Let's just go to the greatest sports moments. So, you wanna talk about sports?
Alright, the greatest sports moment. Shout out to that time when I was in college, and it was Easter break. Listen, it was Easter break, and I was one of the only niggas still on campus. Everybody else had went home. And I watched Carmelo beat the Bulls in overtime. They hit a clutch 3 to send it to overtime. They hit a clutch 3 to win the game.
Wait. What year was this? Because I think I remember that. Yo, Derrick Rose. This the Derrick Rose Bulls we talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I was at Binky house watching one of those games one time. Like, I remember vividly. You know, that was back when I used to go to the nigga house all the time, like 2011, 2012. Was it that period?
I'm about to tell you the day right now. It was Easter Sunday against Bulls.
Cause I remember D Rose went off in one of those games. Like, I don't even know if it was in that same series, but I remember that particular playoff run, that nigga D Rose, like, you know, that's old D Rose. Like, even new D Rose kind of snaps sometimes, but old D Rose, nigga, that nigga was yamming on everybody. But my greatest sports moment of the decade, ironically, happened at the beginning of the decade. I'm pretty sure you know what this is, but never forget this moment either. It was sore. I was at UNCG for the first time with my boy Cheek. We were staying up there for orientation, June 2011, and it was game 6 of the NBA Finals. Dallas Mavericks versus
Oh wow!
Miami
I
Heat.
didn't know that you seen that in Greensboro. That's crazy.
Yes, bro. Game 6. Yes, we was in Greensboro watching that shit in the motherfucking main lobby of the dorm we were staying in for SOAR. And
What
I
dorm
would-
was that?
huh?
What dorm was that?
This was the dorm across from Moore Strong. Like, you remember the dorm that Sarah and them stayed in freshman year? That was like right next to my dorm, Will Winfield.
Yeah.
It was across from that dorm though. It was that dorm over there in the corner in the cut by the trees, like across from the golf course.
Okay.
And we stayed over there. I forgot the name of the shit. I had to look it up. But that's the dorm we stayed in. And bro, I was in that bitch lit. Like, I'm in that bitch. Me and Xavier Vaughn was up in Seoul with us too. I had just met him, and that nigga was supposedly a Mavs fan too. So he was in that bitch lit, and I was lit. I'm up in that bitch talking shit. Cheek up in that bitch. Man, that nigga LeBron, man. Man, it's all good. We can come back. Man, y'all niggas ain't fuck, man. Like this. But that nigga whole shit changed up from the beginning of the game all the way to the damn end of the night. Like, that nigga shit switched up. Nigga did a whole 180, bro. That nigga Cheek was sick, yeah. And I was so happy. That was one of the happiest moments of my life. And yeah, I'll be having another moment like that within the next 3 to 5 years with my boy Luka. So, and hopefully it'll be over LeBron again. That'd be even better. But we both in the West.
I would it be over LeBron
Because if they change up the playoffs format like we was talking about. And it's crazy because that's the one change that is. Remember we was talking about that not too long ago. That is the case. The last 4 teams. So whoever make it to the Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals, those 4 teams would then be reseeded based on the regular season, rank or record, whatever. So yes, hypothetically, it could be a East versus East or a West versus West Finals, and I don't even like that. Like, I hope that change doesn't go through, but they sent it through with the rest of the changes, so it's up to the Players Association or whatever to approve it.
I hope they go through.
So you want it to go through?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
That's hard.
I mean, but do you feel like that'll bring more parity to the league, or do you think that, because I'm trying to figure out what's their reasoning for wanting to do that? Do you think that they think that it's too lopsided, like with the West over the East right now?
It's just the East playoffs be whack.
Even back when LeBron was in the East, you think the East playoffs was always whack?
They was.
I mean, you're
I
right.
never used to watch the playoffs because I knew LeBron was coming out. But think about it, bro. LeBron came out in the East for what, like 8 straight seasons? And you knew that shit was going to happen every year. Think about that shit, bro. He came out the league. He came out the finals from the East 8 straight years, bro.
You think that's why he went to the West? You think he wanted more of a challenge?
Nah, he went to the West, I think, for like his family and some other shit.
I think he went to the West for the money. I think he was just like, not the Lakers money, but like just Hollywood money. Like, nigga, if you in Hollywood 24/7, just imagine all of the sponsorships, all of the movie roles, all of that shit he could be getting. And he out there with all his best friends and shit, all of his Illuminati people. Yeah. But Fox Sports put together a list of the top 10 sports moments for the decade. And let me see what the fuck they talking about.
Oh yeah, yo. Also, my Ravens won the Super Bowl.
I don't think that made this list. Nah, that didn't make this list. Yeah, that shit not that important.
My Ravens did win the Super Bowl in 2013.
Damn, that's how long ago that was.
Yeah.
Hey, look, y'all might be on the way to another one. The way your boy Lamar playing.
Oh no, we already gonna win the Super Bowl.
What Tom Brady and them do this year? Cause you don't watch football.
They just lost to the Dolphins. They trash.
Well, damn, what's their record?
Trash is trash.
But they going to the playoffs, right?
Of course, they're the 3rd seed in the AFC.
So you think
They gotta play a wild card game.
the Patriots got to play? The Patriots got to play a wild card game?
You know what happened last time the Patriots played in a wild card game?
What, they won?
They lost to the Ravens.
But what I'm saying is, you got to play a wild card game when you like one of the last seeds, don't you?
Yeah, they're the 3rd seed.
Damn. So my thing is like, is it possible for it to be a Ravens Patriots Super Bowl, or is they like in the same conference or whatever?
They're both in the AFC.
Oh, all right. Well, cause I was gonna say, you know, maybe I'll see them in the Super Bowl, but never mind. But
You probably play the. You probably fuck around, play like the 49ers again.
Word. But
Yeah, they do things.
I'm looking at this Fox Sports. I don't know if you're looking at my screen, but the Fox Sports, they got their greatest sports moments of the 2010s, and they say Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor was at number 10. You agree with that?
Bullshit.
Why you say that? Cause Floyd Mayweather whooped his ass.
This is a bullshit fight.
I mean, but do you think the fight was like staged, or you think that like? Cause I honestly don't understand that fight. Like I never understood why they would put them two in the ring, knowing damn well that like Floyd Mayweather was gonna whoop his ass from the jump.
Bro, I think the fight was bullshit.
So you think they met up before the fight and shook hands like, yo, you know I'm about to whoop your ass, but you about to get like $50 million, so just fight me.
Bullshit.
So you think the rematch gonna be bullshit too? If that ever happened, right?
Bullshit. Everything.
Cause Floyd Mayweather talking about coming out of retirement, but I don't know why. He got all that fucking money, but his stupid ass might have blown the money. Who knows? But well, might be blowing his money. I'm sure he ain't blowing all his money, but you know, 50 Cent always picking on that nigga grammar and shit. So he got me feeling like that nigga stupid now. But number 9, they say Simone Biles' 2016 Olympic dominance was number 9. Why you say that? Cause she's young, or cause the Olympics don't mean shit? Gymnastics don't mean shit?
It's fucking.
Well, number 8, Germany defeats Brazil 7-1. Neither one of us watch soccer, so fuck that. Number 7, they got Villanova's buzzer beater to win the 2016. Okay. Number 6, they got Tiger Woods winning the 2019 Masters.
I care about that. That's real shit.
So what do you think about his resurgence, his comeback?
I mean, any nigga that overcome a Zan problem, I root for.
He had a Zan problem?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like that's what they said. They said it was Xanax.
Tiger Woods used to have a Zan problem, bro.
That's why his face got all fat and shit.
I don't know, man. But any nigga that overcomes Zans, I support him. So. Shout out to Tiger Woods. I'm rooting for that nigga.
What
number? Favorite athletes all time.
Yeah, that's what's up. I hope you stop fucking with the white bitches. I hope you learn his lesson. But number 5, some more soccer shit. So I'm gonna skip that. And number 4 was some shit that I don't even. The kick 6. You know what that is?
I don't know, man. I don't know nothing.
Number 3 was the Cubs winning the 2016 World Series. You know anything about that?
Yeah, I ain't like that because I had a bar talking about him. I cursed like the Cubs, and then the Cubs won the championship.
You said you was cursed like the Cubs?
Yeah, and then they won the championship. I got a song called "Eat My Dick."
Oh, so that's why you don't like it, because you said it in the song.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm cursed like the Cubs, and my curse not to win again. Oh, I'm just like the Cubs, and my curse not to win again. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit. That was one of my favorite Dom songs. Shit, eBay my dick. Yeah. But anyway, number 2, was Malcolm Butler's interception to win Super Bowl 50. What the fuck?
I hate that shit.
49.
Because they should have get him by the much, and I hate the Patriots. So, yeah.
Where, well, you know, I don't give a fuck about football, so I'll just go ahead to number 1, which is the block. Cavaliers overcome 3-1 NBA Finals deficit, and it all started with LeBron's huge chase down block. Do you agree with that?
Fuck that nigga.
So you still don't fuck with LeBron?
I'm a Melo fan. I'm a real nigga.
Yeah, but Melo and LeBron are friends in real life, so you know.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I'm not a LeBron. I'm not big on LeBron either, but don't get me wrong.
You got a ring over LeBron.
That's what I'm saying.
You hate LeBron.
You know what I'm saying? I used to hate LeBron. Like, I hated LeBron back then. But, like, once we won the ring and shit and all that, it was like, I mean, shit. I don't really care for his ways, but, I mean, we beat the nigga. So, I mean, shit.
Yeah, I don't have that same joy.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's go on to some things that happened in the 2010s. Some 17 unforgettable moments and trends of the 2010s decade. So, this is a BuzzFeed article, so this is a little bit more mainstream, but that's probably good for our audience. But anyway, number 1 is the way that streaming completely took over. Whether it's streaming music, streaming movies and TV, streaming completely took over everybody's world this decade. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And is that a trend that you like, or do you wish that things were going a bit differently? You know, kind of elaborate a little bit. Because I miss the days of downloading a zip file, unzipping that bitch, throwing it into my iTunes and transferring it over to my iPod on my phone, you know? Cause when I'm in the sticks, I really feel that.
Well, if you miss that, I miss that.
But at the same time, it's nothing as convenient as discovering a new artist or a new song and just pulling up Apple Music and just adding that shit to your library and just instantly being able to always listen to it, you know?
It's a beautiful thing, man. Well, it's like what my nigga Theophilus London said, man. Don't fear the digital world, man. They can't kill us all. You feel me? The technology is evil, but it's a lot of good to it. You feel me?
Yeah, it's just gonna give us all cancer and shit. Make us stupid.
It's a lot of downsides to shit, like even streaming and shit, but, you know what I mean? Because all they do is just lessen the value of a song, which ultimately lessens the value of an artist.
But not only that, people don't realize that it lessens the quality of the music you listening to too. You can't listen to the ultra high definition, you know, version of the song if it's coming from a streaming service as opposed to being on a vinyl or even a CD, you know. Obviously, like a vinyl would be top notch quality if you want to listen to the song the way it sounded when it was recorded. But people don't really give a fuck about all that no more. They just want to be able to listen to it and it sound normal, you know. But number 2 was the rise of hipster culture. You know, hipsters, beards, and especially hipsters with beards, according to this guy on BuzzFeed. Do you think that the hipster culture really seen a major rise in this decade among, you know, millennials and just people in general?
I don't know.
I feel like we've been hipsters. Like, we were hipsters before being a hipster was cool. And then by the time it became like a mainstream thing, it was like we was looking at the hipsters like, y'all late, like y'all trying too hard, you know? And like now we just in our own lane. Like, I feel like hipsters of 2019, hipsters of 2020 is not the same as a hipster of 2010, you know? Now if you was trying to be a hipster, it's like you're trying to be a hipster. It's like, you know, you should have been doing this shit 10 years ago.
Exactly.
But number 3 was the surge of Uber. Like Uber, ride sharing shit, like Lyft.
Not the Uber, yeah.
You got all these apps and shit. You like Lyft, Uber, you got the Insta Instacart and Postmates delivering food. You got Airbnb for like the Uber hotels. You know, what do you think about the rise of all these different apps that allow you to do shit that you could already do, but more efficiently and easier and quicker, you know?
Beautiful. I love it. I love Uber. I love the food services. I just love it all. It's very convenient, and it's just reminds you the power and technology, and I just love it.
And it's only gonna get better. You know, me being into crypto and stuff like that, I see where the gaps can be bridged in a lot of regards. So once crypto becomes mainstream, this decade, now that we finally in 2020, it's crazy. I'm looking at my fucking computer right now. It says 1/1/2020. That shit look weird as fuck. But you know, it always take like a month for you to get used to the new year. And I feel like this decade, the 2020s, is going to be the decade of crypto. It's going to be the decade of blockchain. So we're going to see a lot of medical uses coming about. You know, different medical companies and hospitals and people in the medical industry utilizing blockchain to store health records and stuff like that and share data. And even when it comes to financial companies, you're going to see banks and stuff like that start to launch their own coins. And banks that, you know, start getting in the blockchain as far as like transferring money and moving money around the world because it's so fast and it's so much cheaper and it's so much efficient than the traditional financial systems. And not only that, but what's really going to make crypto and blockchain and all that take off with the mainstream is just how it's going to take off in the app market. You know, once they start integrating crypto and all these coins and the different apps like Uber and Lyft and Airbnb and all that, and all these different major companies start coming out with their own coins, bro, the game is over. Like, it's just like the internet. The way the internet came about and rose so fast from the late 90s up until, you know, the mid 2000s, and that, by the time 2010 hit, everybody on the internet. It's gonna be the same thing with crypto. By the time 2030 hit, everybody gonna be using some type of crypto in some form because it's gonna envelope every aspect of society, whether it's finance, health, you know, commerce, or even just investments. It's gonna be in every aspect of our lives, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna seem like it happened overnight, but the shit been happening since 2009 when Bitcoin was created. It's just been a fucking gradual process. Now they finally starting to come out with different apps and different use cases for the crypto and all these different coins. But Bitcoin is the only one that's really getting all of the major press right now. So people don't really know about everything else that's going on. But I'm telling you, bro, if you buy some Bitcoin right now, you will not regret that shit. 5-10 years from now, you might be rich depending on how much you buy. So I'm just trying to just give you a little tip right now that this crypto shit is gonna be the next frontier of the internet and, you know, just the world in general. So that's just some 2020 advice for you and everybody that's listening. But as far as number 4 though, I got the decline of phones with buttons and the rise of touchscreen smartphones. How do you feel about smartphones, you know, or the smartphone era, you know, coming into prominence the way it did over the last decade?
I miss keyboards keeping it big.
You miss Blackberries and shit like that?
I mean, just keyboards, man. Keyboards is hard.
I miss those too, but I feel like it's still a market for those. Like, even if you look at the latest Blackberries that just dropped, because you know they just started coming back out with Blackberries, they got keyboards on them joints, but they also got touchscreens with the Android. So it's like it's still a market for it, but it ain't too many people that want that right now. So it's only gonna be a small market, at least for the near future. And then you got people like, you know, Razer coming out with the new foldable smartphones with the foldable glass screen and all that. You seen that shit?
Yeah.
What you think about that?
That's cool.
And that shit like $1,500, and apparently they way exceeded their sales expectations to the point where they had to push back the launch. It was supposed to launch like last week, but like I said, they pre-orders went through the roof, so they had to push it back so they can push out more units when they drop. And but as far as the rise of smartphones, you know, like you said, I love it. I don't know how I feel about the 5G just yet, Cause apparently that shit is gonna be so strong, it's gonna be blasting cancer at niggas 24/7. Might want to do some research on that. But as far as smartphones, yeah, they just made life way easier and way easier to communicate. I just wish people use this technology for the better and for learning and advancement of themselves more instead of just bullshitting and talking stupid shit on social media, you know. But yeah, number 5. The moment dubstep arrived as a trend, apparently this person says the 2010s will have to recognize dubstep. I don't really give a fuck about dubstep, but I know a lot of these weirdos do. So, how do you feel about dubstep?
I don't.
So you in the same boat as me?
I mean, I don't really feel a way about it.
Yeah.
I respect it. I think I respect it more than you do.
Yeah, I mean, probably, honestly, because I listen to a lot of genres of music, obviously, but dubstep just never really, like, caught on. Like, it just always seems so out there to me. Like, I listen to house music, of course. I listen to 70s and 80s R&B and soul and New Jack Swing and all of this other stuff, but dubstep is just so different. Like, it's just... What occasion would you listen to dubstep? Other than if you had a fucking rave and you offer, like, you know, some Molly and some Coke, you know? Like, when would you listen to this shit, you know?
It depends, man. You gotta be in that mode.
But number 6, okay, this is a good one. Number 6 is the controversy surrounding Trump, Brexit, and other politics. Probably for some of the questionable political decisions we made in various countries around the world. I don't know. I'm just reading what this quote says. It says, probably for some of the questionable political decisions we made in various countries around the world. That's what that guy had to say about this. So, yeah. How do you feel about all these controversies around Trump, Brexit, and anything in politics that have happened over the last decade? Taking you a while.
Man, that's hard, man.
Just go ahead and say what you want to say, man. Trump that nigga. You know you want to say it.
I can't particularly say that though.
You don't think so?
I mean, it's deeper than that.
It's deeper than that in what sense, though?
In all senses. Because listen, because they want us to think that Trump is that nigga, even though I already know that Trump that nigga. It's deep, bro.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Trump's still playing. He's still following some type of agenda. He still got some boss that is controlling him too. But what I'm saying is, looking back, even though I voted for Hillary, hey, look, it's the past. I own up to it. That's my bad. Even though I voted for Hillary, I know for a fact that I'm much gladder in the present, in 2020. I'm so much glad that, or much more glad that Trump is the president as opposed to Hillary. Do you agree?
This nigga said he voted for Hillary.
I mean, because I voted back then. I'll probably never vote in another election ever again, just knowing what I know now, unless it's just me like trying to troll or some shit. Like, I might vote this year just to vote for Trump, you know, just to be able to say I voted for Trump, you know. But other than that, I don't give a fuck about politics. I could care less about the Democrats or the Republicans.
Yeah, I would never vote either, man. And I appreciate Trump being president, bro.
Why is that?
Just because as a child I've always saw Trump as somebody that just growing up, he just always kind of just symbolized, what I always viewed America as, you feel me, like a white dude with power. So
politically incorrect, right? Because America is definitely politically incorrect as a whole.
I mean, it's just like, it's just cool that, like, for that to just have been dangling in my face my whole life, no homo, and for him to fuck around and be the president in my early 20s. It's just,
But it's crazy how many people, like, are like we're like depressed. Like I'm talking, even to this day, people still wake up sad, sick out of their minds that Trump is the president because we went from Barack Obama to him.
Serious.
Right. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I'm not that guy. But there's literally people, millions of people in this country that wake up pissed off every day because they think that Trump is making their lives worse.
He's not.
No, he's not at all. But what can we do to convince those people? We can't do shit. They got to convince themselves, you know? Sometimes you got to look in the mirror and see that the problem is in the mirror, you know? And I had to do the same thing with a lot of other stuff, you know? Luckily with politics, that was really a not really big concern of mine, but yeah. And number 7 would be the increase of vlogging and becoming a vlogger as a career. And this is interesting because this is something that I'm actually doing right now. We vlogging, live streaming. You know, this is something I've been talking about over the last few weeks. If you know me, you know, over the last month even. And I feel like vlogging is a legit career now. As opposed to obviously 2000 to 2010, the prior decade, this shit wasn't even a viable option. Like people did this just to, you know, just to experiment, just to be able to get their opinions out because YouTube was a new medium back then. They didn't know that this shit was gonna end up what it was. Nobody knew that YouTube was gonna end up being the de facto form of video sharing, opinion sharing, and, you know, community building online. But yeah, you know, like this person said, this quote here, in the 2010s, becoming a YouTuber / streamer is now considered a valid profession. Is that something you agree with?
Of course, anything you get monetize or advertise, but so on and so forth is a profession. And
it's crazy because 2019, I feel like really was a turning point for influencers and bloggers. Like as first, it was just okay. Let me put up this video. Let me build this audience first in this particular niche. And once I do that and get these thousands or 100,000s or millions of subscribers, then it's okay. Let me monetize it. You know, let me get the YouTube. Let me become a YouTube partner, and YouTube is paying me a few thousand a month, depending on how many views I get. And let me start up this store, and let me start selling merch. You know, that was the typical path. But now it's like, bro, these vloggers and these influencers are actually becoming, like, they're actually getting, like, the same type of deals that professional athletes get, that musicians get. Like Ninja, for example. Let's just focus on him for a second. I know you know who Ninja is, right? The biggest gamer on earth, the Fortnite player with the blue hair. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Ninja. So, this dude, Ninja, right? Not only did he sign an exclusive streaming deal with Mixer this year, Mixer, which is Microsoft's streaming platform, they stole him from Twitch, which is one of the platforms I'm streaming on right now. They stole him from Twitch, and this dude got a multi-million-dollar deal for Mixer just to stream, just to keep on doing what he was already doing on Twitch. And not only that, this nigga just launched his first shoe today. He just launched his first Adidas sneaker today. Well, yesterday, actually, I'm sorry. December 31st, 2019, this guy actually launched his first Adidas sneaker. And the shit retailed for like $150, and it sold out, you know, within minutes, if not quicker. And so my thing is, like, no, these gamers and these influencers and these vloggers are actually becoming valued in the marketplace the same way as professional athletes. You know, is that something that you saw coming or something you agree with? You gonna say something? Yo, I know you're not asleep.
No.
So you gonna say something? Yo, you really didn't hear nothing I just said, did you?
What you say?
I was saying that these vloggers and gamers and influencers are now getting deals that are comparable to like pro sports athletes. Is that something that you agree with?
They lucky. They lucky. All these niggas is lucky, man.
So, you know, like, you think that is all luck. You don't think that's based off of hard work or, you know, just people fucking with them, etc.
Niggas luck.
Well, okay. So, number 8, the selfie boom. You know, this guy said that you could argue that selfies was born in this decade. Do you think that that's true? You think that people were doing like taking selfies before 2010?
Oh yeah.
But do you?
Motherfuckers been taking selfies.
But do you think that was known as like a selfie? You know, like you think when people took a picture and put it up on Facebook or MySpace or whatever back in those days, you think it was like known as a selfie?
No, I'm talking about for MySpace and all that shit.
Yeah, nah, I'm talking about like, I know people always have been, but since cameras existed, people have took the camera and pointed it at themselves and took a picture. But what I'm saying is selfies, pictures taken from the front facing camera of your smartphone, or even the back facing camera in the mirror, you know, that was born in this decade. Is that something you agree with?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, cameras didn't used to be that good on phones and shit. Like a picture taken with your digital camera with a Canon or some shit, that's not a selfie technically, you know. So, and the trend of wearing leggings as pants, like bitches wear leggings nowadays. Do you think that was something people was doing before this decade, or you think that just started this decade?
Hell yeah, bitches been crafty and thrifty.
Or I'm trying to get through this list. I can tell you sleepy, man. You could have told me you was gonna fall asleep on me and shit. I would have.
I ain't sleepy, man. I'm just in my player mode.
The fuck you off a Xan or some shit?
Man, you gotta respect me, man. You can't make such accusations.
All right, I'm sorry. Hey, what do you think about the dominance of meme culture? That's number 10. Yeah.
You can promote anything through a meme these days, bro.
Right, but like, bro, did memes even exist before this decade?
Yeah.
But like, I don't remember.
Demotivational posters.
Oh, yeah. Damn, did people used to put those on MySpace?
Yeah. Demotivational posters was a movement.
Let me look that up, bro. Demotivational. Cause I remember them, but I don't remember what they look like off the top. Oh,
Hey.
bro, that's crazy. These was on MySpace though.
It was everywhere.
Damn.
Those are the original memes.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy that you remember that. I'm so glad that like I have you on the phone even though you like half asleep, because like I would have never thought of that myself. Like, what about the number 11? The popularity of very specific trends and filters like ombre hair, dog ears and snouts, flower crowns, tons of highlighters, filling in the eyebrows, you know.
Hey, bro. Go to the next one, bro.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, right? Number 12, the rise of new dance trends like dabbing, flossing, and twerking. Do you think
that's not new?
Yeah, I was about to say, do you think that this shit just started like in this decade, in the social media age? I feel like people always been coming out with new dances though.
Twerking been around since forever.
Yeah, I mean, but they was just saying new dance trends in general. They was just naming something. But like I said, I feel like dance trends, nigga, even you go back to Soul Train and shit, like back in the 70s, they always been coming out with new dances and shit. The white people ain't know how to dance till they came out with the hustle in the 70s. So they always coming out with new dances and shit, you know. So I don't agree with that one. Number 13, the increase of people using vapes and fidget spinners. I do agree with this, because fidget spinners was invented 20 years ago. Nobody fucking cared. The company went bankrupt. Then somebody else, the patent expired. Somebody else relaunched them a few years ago, and the rest is history, of course. So I agree with that. And the vapes, of course, like Jules. Nobody was using any type of vape shit before this decade, I feel like, or at least it was very, very few. Like They saying, I just saw a study the other day. They said that like 20-something% or like anywhere from like 15 to 25% of high school students vape nowadays. When we was in high school, when we graduated in 2011, it was only like 1-2% of kids or of high schoolers. And now it's like, 10 to 20%. Like, is that something you see or feel like you agree with?
I don't really see little kids vaping, but that's crazy.
But I mean, what little kids do you really see or hang around with,
I don't,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you see adults vaping, though. I know you see adults vaping. Because I got a couple cousins off top that I know, cousins, brothers, whoever, that keep a vape on them, But my thing is, 10 years ago, that wasn't a fucking thing. It was just Newports,
Yeah, very true.
Now, number 14, the rise of virtual reality. I agree with this too because they came out with VR. Nintendo dropped the Virtual Boy back in the 90s, and that shit didn't catch on because the technology wasn't there. But now you got, Facebook's company Oculus come out with the Oculus Rift back in like 2012. They've came out with a few new versions since. And you got HTC coming out with their own virtual reality headset a few years ago too. Valve just dropped one. So you got different VR headsets now. They got movies on them. They got, movies and video games on them. Video games is the biggest thing for VR headsets right now. They even got VR porn and shit like that. So, I feel like VR headsets is here to stay because the tech is finally like to a point where it makes sense. But I still feel like I got a long way to go for it to be like a mass thing for like everybody to be popping on VR headsets and meeting up in Facebook land, Is that something you agree with though?
A lot.
But I do. You said what?
I said a great deal.
You do feel like 1 or 2 decades from now that everybody's gonna be using VR though, right?
Oh yeah. It's almost here, bro.
Like, I feel like it's crazy because I feel like once it gets to that point, it's going to be a turning point in society. Like, people not going to want to leave the house. Niggas that don't get no pussies just going to put their headsets on and just be fucking virtual bitches all day. And, like, it's just going to be like certain people are going to live 90 to 100% of their lives in these VR worlds.
That's very sad when you say it like that, but it's true.
But like, look at like Ready. What's the name of that movie? Ready Player Go, or you know what I'm talking about? That came out like a year ago. That Michael Bay movie or Steven Spielberg movie with the VR world, and the boy was trying to win like the $1 million prize or whatever that the creator left. That movie is very indicative of where society is going in this regard. Like I said, I feel like that's at least a couple decades away. But we're on that path. So if you want to see what I'm talking about and you ain't seen that movie yet, look at that movie. I just want to, let me just pull that movie up. Just so I can, don't fuck up the name. Ready Player One is the name of the movie. You know what I'm talking about? Dom?
No.
Look up that movie and on the Fire Stick or whatever when you get a chance to watch that. Ready Player Go. That's exactly where society is headed in the VR sense over the next few decades. Number 15, we got the dominance of superhero movies in pop culture. You just brought this up, yo. I'm gonna just let you have this one.
Nah, we already talked about that shit. I ain't talking about it again.
But why did you explain why you felt that way though?
Yeah, I said it already.
Alright, I forgot. So just explain it one more time.
Nah, man, I don't want to go off again. I ain't want to.
But before it was premature. Now is your time to shine.
I already shined, man.
Alright, man, we got 2 more things. Number 16, the norm of meeting people on dating apps like Tinder. Meeting a significant other on Tinder or another dating app. It's like normal nowadays. So is that something you agree with?
I mean, I don't know. Do you?
I mean, I don't use Tinder, but nigga, I got a girl. You the single one.
I don't use Tinder either.
So we're just gonna skip this one again. But I agree that this stuff is normal nowadays. You agree with that?
Oh yeah.
You know, you got the Tinder, you got the Grinder for the gay motherfuckers. Like it's Facebook just came out with their own version of Tinder apparently. Bro, somebody just showed me this shit the other day, yo. Like they was on Facebook dating, like swiping and getting bitches on Facebook. Like and I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that was a thing. Number 17, and finally, and it says, and finally the duck face. Duck face was definitely something. So bitches taking pictures with with the peace sign and their lips barred up with the duck face. I didn't know that was a trend to the point where they would have to put it in this article. But do you think that was a big enough trend for this to be on a decade list?
Oh yeah.
So you think bitches wasn't doing this before 2010?
I mean, Mrs. Always probably was doing it, but their duck face was important.
It's important. It's important for culture, for society to remember this piece of culture, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I agree. But that's pretty much it for this list. We already went over the music. We went over a little bit of the sports. I know you didn't give a fuck about the movies, so we went over the pop culture and stuff like that. During that time, we also touched on the gadgets a little bit. We didn't really touch on too deeply on the gadgets. Like the iPad came out this decade. The Tesla
In the year
Model
separating
S
the
dropped
last
this
decade from our current one, thousands of products have been released, each
Chromecast
one doing
and
the
Fire
most to
Sticks,
command your
they dropped this
attention.
decade.
And while some are
Drones,
definitely
like the
cooler than
DJI
others,
Phantom,
their
they
impact on the
dropped
past
this
decade and the decade to come is by no
Smartwatches
means
like the
identical.
Apple Watch and the
They're times
AirPods,
picks for the
they
most
dropped this
important gadgets
decade.
of the decade.
So a lot of shit dropped this decade.
Before the
as far
iPad's
as
introduction in
technology.
2010, the idea of a tablet
And I feel like
computer
all of
was
that
relegated
plays
to
into what I
slick
was
science
talking
fiction
about
movies
with the
and
5G,
bulky computing devices
connecting
running
us
terrible
all
software.
more, even though it might
Apple's
not be good
iPad,
for our
like the
health
iPhone
and,
before it,
kickstarted
kickstarted a sea
the
change in
virtual
personal
reality
computing and set the tone for the next decade of portable
cryptocurrency. All of
devices.
this shit is going to be
Its impressive
integrated in all
multi-touch
of these
display,
different types
complete
of gadgets and
abandonment of physical
technology in
keys,
some way.
and fully loaded App
It's
Store
just a
created
matter
a
of
perfect
doing
storm
it
of entertainment
in a way that
everyone
makes
can get on
sense
board with.
for the people.
And while competitors
in a way
have had
that
ample time to catch up with their own
actually
take on tablet
is
computing, Apple's continuously
giving
maintained
us
its lead, thanks to
some
tools like the
easier,
Apple Pencil,
improving
and
our
updates
quality
like
of life.
iPadOS.
Okay, so it's making it easier to do something.
The electric
at the same
sedan has
time,
slowly
making some
reshaped the
shit
trajectory
funner,
of the
more
automotive
intuitive,
industry, forcing
and
competitors
cheaper.
to embrace a
If it makes
battery-powered
shit
future
easier and
instead of the
cheaper,
gas-guzzling
then
present.
I feel like
And
this tech
confronting the
will
belief
succeed,
that electric
or
cars
will
can
have
be
a
cool.
reason to succeed. But other than
Features
that,
like downloadable software
a lot of
updates,
tech is
a huge
unnecessary,
touchscreen display,
It
and
has to
advanced
actually
autopilot
make life
capabilities
easier.
could feel like a vehicle from 2022 instead of
Is that
2012.
something you agree with, though?
Originally made for promoting coding in schools.
Okay, so Dom is asleep now. So, I think we're about to end the stream, guys. We've already touched on everything we needed to touch on pretty much. And now he's trying to act like he up. So, is there anything that you have to say before we get off of this live stream tonight? We already been streaming for like 2 hours. We a little under 2 hours, I think. So, any final comments you want to say to the people? Happy New Year.
Shout out to Soldier Boy.
Shout out to Soldier Boy. Why you want to shout out Soldier Boy?
Cause he was important, man.
Yeah. Soldier Boy is very important. Even before 2010.
Fact. A lot of mixtapes. Shout out Lil B. A lot of classic mixtapes.
Shout out Lil B, man. Bass God will always have a place in my heart. Thank you, Bass God.
Yeah, I'm a little fucked up, man.
I see.
And the private jet about to come anyway, so
Word.
I probably need to go, man.
Well, make sure you don't miss your show, man. Shit. Anything you need from me before you go?
Nah, man, just stay black, man, and just know I fuck with you. We gonna do this real soon, man. I'm about to go ahead and gather my stuff for real. I'm gonna just make sure my bag packed real fast, cause like I said, the chopper be here any second, bro. So.
Okay. Well, Large 7 and DomIsG coming again soon. We probably won't be back until next week. We trying to make this a weekly thing with the streaming. We just did a special episode tonight for the New Year's. We wanted to recap 2019 and the 2010 to 2020 decade. I feel like we covered a lot of good stuff tonight. So if you tuned in at any point or you tuned in the whole time, thank you. We appreciate you so much. And you can follow me on Twitter at LARGE7, Instagram at LARGE7, Facebook. My Facebook page is also LARGE7. LARGE7.com for the music, and LARGEClothing.co for the clothing line, Large Clothing Company. And once again, we'll be back next week with an entirely new topic. And if you have any suggestions or any tips to improve in the meantime, we'd love to hear your feedback. So follow, subscribe, leave a comment, like this video if you appreciate everything we talked about tonight and you learned something new. And till next time, Happy New Year, everybody. Looking forward to a great and positive 2020. Thanks.